Hello and welcome back to Dream Big with Amy. I am your host, Amy, and today we're diving into something that I know so many of you have been asking about: love, dating, and how to attract soul aligned partnerships without settling or losing yourself in the process. I have the most incredible guest with me today who's going to completely shift how you think about dating and relationships. Meet Joan, a human design expert and dating coach who helps high achieving women stop dating from default and start dating by design. Through her signature Love by Design method and real attraction pyramid framework, she guides women to attract soul aligned partnerships without settling or becoming cynical. Joan combines ancient wisdom with practical strategy to help women magnetize love from their authentic frequency rather than their conditioning. She's also a host of the Love by Design podcast, and today she's here to share some absolute game changing insights. Joan, welcome to Dream Big with Amy.
Thank you so much, Amy. I'm super happy to be here.
You're very welcome. I'm so excited to get started. So let's start with your story. What is your transformation and what happened in your life? Can you take us back to that moment?
Yeah, so I'm someone who I started dating when I was 12. So you can imagine, I've been in many, many
Wow.
relationships.
Yeah.
Been engaged 8 times. Didn't say yes to all of them, said yes to one, and then got divorced. But that's not where my transformation really kicked off. That my divorce, it was rocky, but that was really not the pivotal moment for me. It was what happened to me 6 years ago when at 1 a.m. in the morning, in the middle of winter, if you live in Canada, you know what winter is like. It's really, really cold with a lot of snow. And here I was in the hospital waiting room to be seen by a doctor all by myself. At
Mm.
this point, I was 10 weeks pregnant. I had just gone through a very, very painful IVF process to get pregnant. And here I
Wow.
was on my own, waiting to hear the news that will probably not destroy, but impact my life forever. I'd been trying to have kids for many, many years. With every single partner, I try to have kids because I was of the mindset that if we had a kid together, then he'll stay.
Mm-hmm.
But here I was, pregnant, and he still wasn't here. I called, he wouldn't answer. I sent him a message, hey, I think there's something happening. Can you show up? No response. So I took a deep breath, went in, saw the doctor. My biggest fear was confirmed. The babies were gone, and I had to have an
Oh.
evacuation. And I just stayed there on my own and just said, you know what? This is it. Like, how can I keep going through this over and over and over again? Every relationship, I give so much of myself. I try to make it work. I try to fix. I try to shape shift myself into whatever
Yeah.
version I thought would make this one finally choose me and be the perfect ride off to the sunset, like we were told. And that was
Mm-hmm.
when everything shifted for me. That was when I made the decision, like, okay, I'm gonna go first and figure out what is this whole love thing? Like, how can someone get it so wrong all the time? And the more I got into it, I started to see, oh, Joan, it's not just you. Like, everyone seems to
Yeah.
be struggling. Like, people are just making the same mistakes and making the same mistakes. And I said, okay, I'm going to try to figure this whole thing out. There's got to be an easier way. Like, I think love is such a beautiful gift. There's no way it was designed to just make us
Yes.
feel pain. And that's what really led me on this journey, first to find answers for myself. And the more I got into it and I started to find answers and I started to attract more aligned partners, I stumbled on human design. I was like, this is it, fine, game over, boom, done. This is the solution. This is how you're able to attract the partner that is right for you so that you don't keep repeating the same mistakes and you don't have to be engaged 8 times like I was and keep trying to get
Mm-hmm.
pregnant, trying all manner of craziness just to keep a man. It can be easy.
Yeah. Yeah,
Hmm.
thank you so much for sharing that. And I'm so sorry you went through that alone. I can't even imagine what that was and that experience. But yeah, it is a huge important subject. And there's so many things I'd love to talk to you about. Let's go into how we got into this because this is a big thing. And you're right, so many people do the same thing every time. You get with the same kind. You look at the partner, you think, well, it was the exact same partner as last time. Why do we do that?
Yeah. So it's familiar. So one thing, it's familiar, it's what you've always done. And then two, there's the conditioning. There's the
Mm-hmm.
stories that we watch. We watch all the romantic comedies, love them, but it always looks like the Prince Charming, drive off into the sunset, do this, do that. She's like, we've listened to all the stories. We've been conditioned. There's this narrative that everybody wants exactly the same person, or everybody should want a certain type of person. And depending on how you were raised, your parents, your primary caretakers, they also conditioned you in a way to believe that the ideal partner is XYZ. And
Hmm.
so we start going after XYZ. That's not what our soul wants, but now you're used to that and you're used to the pain and you're like, no, but okay, maybe the next time it's going to work. Maybe the next time it's going to work.
Yeah.
And you keep attracting the same people from your wounds. Wounds only attract more wounds.
Yeah, that is something. So let's talk about the human design because I actually have no idea what that kind of is. Can you talk me through a little bit about this?
Yeah. So human design is something that it's becoming more and more popular now, but it's actually ancient wisdom. This is thousands of years of
Oh,
knowledge that has been there. And only in the last so 1987, his name is Ra Uruhu. He channeled this message and was able to bring it together in a way that people can actually digest it. And when I say digest, even he says it takes 7 years to learn this stuff. That's how complex it is.
wow.
But it is your energetic blueprint. So if you think of it like your how you have your fingerprint, it is so unique to you. So it's not, okay, this group of people have the same design. No, there's parts of the design that might be the same as others, but your entire blueprint is unique to just you. And it tells you everything about you, why you are here, how you function, the things that work for you when you're in your gift and when you're in your shadow. So in your gift means that you're in alignment with who you are naturally, energetically. And in your shadow means you're running from it, which is what a lot of us do. We don't even know what we're meant to be. So now you're just going with, okay, just world, tell me social media, how I'm supposed to be pretty and feminine and whatever. And you just run with that. But that's against your aligned blueprint. And so you get
Okay.
into trouble because you keep struggling and you keep getting lessons.
Okay, interesting. And what does it go from? Like, how did they get this information from you, or how do you work it out? What does they use?
Yeah, like it's so simple, it's ridiculous. All you need is place of birth. So that's the city where you were born, your date of
Oh,
birth, your time of birth. That's
okay.
it.
So a
And
bit
you
like your
will.
astrological chart, the birth chart that people talk about.
Oh, exactly. But astrology is just one piece. The human design is the complete blueprint of who you are. So
Mm,
you, Amy, this is your life path. This is what you came to do. So it doesn't only just work for love. I'm just really focusing
wow.
on the love aspect because
Okay.
I found it so profound. I'm like, how is the world not talking about this stuff? Like, this is it. This is what has been missing. But it tells
Yeah.
you everything about who you are, why you came, what you're here to experience, who you're meant to work with, what your voice is supposed to sound like everything about you. It's beauty. It's amazing.
Wow.
It's
Okay.
mind
This is
blowing.
game changing. I need to have a look at this. This is
It,
super
it,
interesting. So let's
it is
talk a
game.
little bit about what you do with you said high achieving women are, the dating game is hard, right? What are you seeing out there? What are the patterns that are happening?
Yeah. So even if we just look at the dating apps, right? The dating
Hmm.
apps are designed to keep you single. Whether you want to agree with that or not, it's okay.
Okay.
But it's designed in a way where you're so hooked on the superficial things. So you're constantly looking for some idealistic image that you have in your head, and you're just there swiping and swiping. And even when you meet someone that could potentially be, you're thinking, oh, maybe there's someone better on the app. So you keep going back to the app and you're like, oh, maybe this one will be better. Oh, maybe this, oh, he has this. Oh, he's taller, he's 6 foot. We just focus on all of the wrong things and we get stuck in this swiping game. And then the next thing is like, I'm so exhausted. Nobody wants to settle down. Nobody's serious. Everybody's just looking for a hookup. Blah, 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 blah. People are exhausted with the dating apps. But even for people, especially high achieving women, because now you're at the point where, you know what, I'm over the I need a man to financially support me. That's not really what I'm looking for. So now I'm looking for a bit more depth. I'm looking for a bit more security, more safety. I want to feel like, okay, I can come home to this person. We're building something together. Well, they're not finding that on the apps. They meet people because, again, remember, most of us are in our shadow energy. So we're projecting the wrong things because based on whatever ideas that we have in our heads, you're attracting the wrong people. So there are certain people who are wired to be providers. And that's something that your human design can tell you. If you have the gate 40, newsflash, you are a provider. And so, as women who are high achieving, who are providers, if you're in the shadow, guess who you're going to attract? The leeches. So they're going to come fast and furious. The takers have no limits. It's like take, 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 take. And because you're a natural giver, you give, 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 give. And then what happens is you're not getting the recognition, you're not getting the appreciation, and you're like, okay, you start to resent them, and you're like, okay, I'm done. This
Mm-hmm.
relationship is nothing to me. Like it's not adding value. It's just taking out away from me. And so a lot of high achieving women are like, I'd rather be single. Like I'm not dealing with this
Yeah.
bull crap. The dating apps are exhausted. I can't find high value men. I can't do this. I can't do that. Everyone just wants to use me. I'm rather and safer being on my own.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not the
Yeah.
solution. Because
It's
when I don't believe that any of us, look, love is a gift. You can do without the gift and still have a
yeah.
great life. It's fine. It's okay. But what it does is when the right people come together, it accelerates everything in your life. That's what it's
Mm-hmm.
meant to do. It's supposed to bring more harmony, more joy, more peace, more momentum for you to accomplish the things that you're supposed to accomplish. If it's not doing that and it's draining, it's depleting it, then it's just the wrong person. So it doesn't mean I'm gonna give up on love. It's not like, oh shit, that is the wrong person.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I need to go find the right person for me. And there is a way because your human design can tell you who that person is if you don't know.
Wow, this is game changing. I mean, I didn't never heard of this, so I'm sure this is going to resonate with so many women out there who do go on the dating apps, and I have been in the past, and sometimes it's a natural thing to go to because we have been divorced and we've gone through this process, and it's like,
Mhm.
what do we? My thing was like, what do I do now in this big wide world? Like, how do I get out there? It's like mind blowing, right? What is that first step that you could probably advise a woman right now to who's getting out into that dating world right now?
Know your human design.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, just like I was saying, if you're still operating from your wounds, if you're still like, okay, I'm going to put up all those walls, I'm just going to have a checklist and just make sure that he fits all of this box,
Okay.
it's just not going to work. You're just going to keep attracting the wrong people. So the
Mm-hmm.
best way to approach dating, at least in my opinion, is to know your design, just download it. And that's one of the things I'm going to be sharing. It's free. Download your, so I'm sharing what I think is probably one of the most critical parts of your human design, which is how you show up, like your costume. Think of the outfit that you're wearing. It's how you show up in the world energetically. That's what people get when they see you. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
what energy is flowing out of you when they see you. And once you know that and you start from there and be like, oh yeah, actually this is me. But now I'm trying to not be that, right? The moment you're not what you're meant to be, you're going to keep attracting the wrong people because the people who want you can't see you because the energy that you're putting out there is just not you aligned energy. So
Mm-hmm.
go know your human design, start from there, understand it, embody it, and once you read it, it's like a coming home. Like it doesn't tell you
Mm.
anything that you don't know. It's always that, oh,
Yeah.
yep, sounds about right. That's just me. Yeah, that's me, that's me, that's me. So just own it and just embody it. Then you can go on the dating apps. So I'm not against dating apps. I'm just against how you choose to use the dating apps. If you're just there, it's not going to work because you're
Yeah.
bringing an energy of, I'm sure it's all crap. Yeah, of course you're going to find all crap in there, right? But once you
Yeah.
know yourself and you embody your design, the energy that you put off in the dating apps is completely different. Use that to attract the right kind of people. And there are great people on the dating apps. That's just the truth. There are many, many great people, but the not so great way more. So that's the
Mm-hmm.
conundrum. The men who are there on the dating apps who are serious are also complaining about exactly the same thing the women are complaining about. Oh, women are just
Okay.
here.
Interesting.
They just like the whole dopamine hit. They just want people to keep chatting them up. They don't really want to meet in person. I'm like, but that's exactly the same things the women are saying,
Yeah.
right? So the
Yeah.
great men are not matching with the great women because again, both sides is still with this putting up the walls, wearing this false masks and not really
Yeah.
showing up as their authentic self. So they're just missing each other.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah. It's really interesting. Walk us through
Mhm.
the love by design method. Like, how do you help women shift from their conditioning to their authentic frequency in dating? Is it just the blueprint?
Yeah.
The hum- you use that
Yes. So
to.
the blue is the starting point. And And so, like I'm sharing with the dating archetype, which is just think of it as your profile in human design. That's the costume that you bring out to the world when you show up. And that's just the starting point. So the goal is, first of all, we need to know what your design is, right? And once you look at your design, you can start to see, okay, so what are the areas that I'm not really showing up in full alignment? Where am I not being my authentic self? Where are the conditionings and the wounds still holding me back? How have I been pretending to be somebody else based on what I thought society said we need to be this way? So it kind of frees you up from all that cookie cutter approach, right? Play it small, downplay your achievements. And for some people, that resonates with them. But for some people, they're like, why do I have to downplay my achievements? Why can't I talk about all the degrees I have and all the accomplishments and all the vacations and all?
Mm-hmm.
Why do I have to not be myself? So
Mm-hmm.
now you need to, once you design, right, know where you're not showing up as your true self, then we need to let go and release some of the things that are not you. Some of the advice that you've heard, it hasn't worked. If it was working, well, the world would not be where it is today with
Yeah.
the 95% of couples unhappy and
Yeah.
56% divorce rate. So we know it's not working. Whatever we've been trying, it's not working. So let go of some of those beliefs and conditioning and narratives and how things should work that we've been told. And now lean on your design. Let your design be your guiding star. There's different parts of the design. I've talked about the costume, which is your archetype, that's
Mm-hmm.
your profile. There's also your type, right? We're all different. There's
Yes.
manifestors, there's generators, there's projectors. Everybody is different, right? The
Yeah.
manifesting generators are the people who will probably propose to you on the first date.
Yep.
That's how they're designed. But we'll be like, okay, that's a breadcrumb, that's a love bomber, that's a this, that's
Yeah.
it's just by design. So once you understand there's different types. There's different ways that we make decisions, right? For some people, it's right in the moment. They know it's if it's a hell yes or it's a hell no, right? For some
Mm-hmm.
people, they need a couple of days. Some people need to go talk about with a friend. Some people have that intuitive knowing. So once you know which one is yours, then you can lean on it. Like for me, I'm splenic, like the Love is Blind
Okay.
Patrick, but I don't
Oh,
need to have a conversation with any friend. For what? Like they no, my inner authority is what guides me, and everybody has their own inner authority. So you can start to lean on it. Okay, how do I feel about this person? Is it a yes or a no? If you're a sickle, you know right away, right? If
okay.
you're an emotional, you need to give it a couple of days. Look, it is a recognition. It's a coming home to who you truly are. And
Yes.
you would know because you will feel it in your body. And you'll be like, this is it. This is my dating blueprint. This is how I approach dating. This is how I choose the right partner. This is how I make decisions. This is how I show up. This is how I communicate. And it all feels perfectly aligned.
Yes, that sounds. I think this is going to change some people's like lives. I'm not even joking because I think this can resonate with so many people, and I hear this conversation time and time again. From clients and just feeling lost, and like it is about relationships because relationship is a big part of who we are and how we move forward in life. So, what do you see is the biggest mindset shift women have to make in this process?
I think the biggest is you're not broken. That's one, you're not broken.
That's exactly what
And
I
then
say.
two,
Yeah.
and two, this is something that really just hit me maybe even 2 or 3 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
To think of, oh, I'm just different. You're not different, you're unique. Being different means that there's something to compare you with. There's nothing. You're unique. Like there's no two of you.
Exactly.
There's only one Amy Kelly in this world. There's only one
Exactly.
person like you. So there's no comparison. So once you know that, so it's like, okay, so if I'm unique, why do I have to keep looking at other people? Why do I have to let people judge me and tell me, oh, you failed, you're not good enough, you need to change this? If only you weren't so picky. No, be picky. Like be picky because there's only one of you. So,
Yeah.
really liberating yourself and freeing yourself of other people's opinions, other people's judgments, self-judgment, self-criticism, and just knowing that you are uniquely designed. There is
Yes.
a way, a person, and anything that works for you. And the moment you can step into the truth of who you are truly free because everything
Mm,
else will flow from there. So
yeah.
get curious, right, about discovering who you truly are so that life becomes joyful, life becomes a bliss, life becomes an adventure. We're like, okay, so now this is the real me. Now what's next? Right. And you
Yeah.
just kind of go forward with that conviction, with that confidence, knowing that I'm doing this my way.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I mean, stepping into that higher power that we like to talk about. And I think on that journey of, if you've gone through something like a breakup or a burnout or a divorce,
Yeah.
that it is about rebuilding that confidence that we all lose in that process, the
Mm.
building back it up, them steps to come back to who you are. So that is an amazing thing. Is there anything that you do that on a daily basis that kind of brings you back, your mindset shifts or like feminine energy or tapping into that? Do you do anything?
So for me, being aware, like it's one thing to be aware. So when you first read
Mm-hmm.
your design, you're like, oh, look at, I'm so amazing. Look at me. I'm so good. I'm so great. And you're like, okay, yeah, so I'm gonna just live by my design. Yeah. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah. Guess
Yeah.
what? Tomorrow you're gonna fall off. Right.
Right.
So it's Constantly. So you're aware of your design, you accept it, you're like, this is me, I love it. And then you're like, okay, I'm going to take action from this. I'm going to take all the aligned action. I'm going to do the
Yes.
right things. Guess what? I know my design. I know who I am. I know what I want. But you're going to keep falling off. You are. So you need to be kind to yourself, one, but
Yes.
also know that this is a journey and this is a process. And there's so, I can tell you like 50,000 different modalities and ways that you can keep coming back to you, but you need to find what works for you, right? And just use
Mm-hmm.
that, remembering who you really are, what you really want. When you fall off, when you get into the shadow, forgive yourself and be like, yep, I
Yes.
recognize you. It's because it's familiar. It's because somebody told me that I should do this, because I saw a post on social media, yada, yada, yada.
Mm.
My ex called me. I saw he has a girlfriend now. Whatever triggers you is just a mirror that, hey, maybe you haven't fully healed from this stuff. So now go pick up a modality. It could be breath work, meditation, or journaling. There's just so many ways that could help you to return to you. But the goal is to return to you as much as possible. So just catch yourself when you know, okay, here we go again. I've fallen off the
Yeah.
wagon. Now I just need to return back home to who I am and just be kind, because it's not an easy journey.
Nope.
It's not
It's
it's a
not.
journey.
It's really not
Yeah.
easy. And that is an amazing advice because I also kind of, we all fall off, we all spiral, and we all kind of lose it. That's why I ask what your day to day is because I do too. And it is about being kind to yourself because sometimes we catch ourselves and we're so mean to our own self. I'm like,
Yeah.
no, 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 we're not talking like that. We're our own best friend again. But that's when you've got to catch it, right? That's when you've got to reprogram yourself and say, I can do this. I am more than capable of this.
Yeah.
Reaffirming them affirmations to yourself. That's what I do.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
okay, so what advice would you give to a woman who's been hurt so much and is really afraid to step into her authentic self, back into the dating world?
Hmm. So like just yesterday I was talking to a lady who'd given up. Like she's like,
Mm-hmm.
never. Like it's just too much. I don't want to venture out there. I'm not interested. And the question is, if you're still in the wounds, you need to go heal, right?
Yes.
Because when you're still hurt, and everybody hurts, and especially if you've been through it so many times, like the pain is raw, it's deep, it's a lot, right? So give yourself the space to heal, but never close the door. Like always keep a part of it open so that as you heal, that opening grows bigger and bigger and bigger. And what I did with this lady just yesterday, so I said to
Mm-hmm.
her, I said, is it that you don't want to venture out there or you don't want to get into anything that's not an aligned partner? And she said, well, I don't know who my aligned partner is, so I don't know. So I'd just rather stay off everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, okay, great. Let's run your chart and see what your aligned partner looks like. So we ran her chart, pulled it up. She's a 4-1 manifestor. So pulled up what her aligned partner looks like. Not looks physically, I'm talking about his
Yeah.
qualities. And she's reading it and she was like, okay, it feels very safe and peaceful and this and supportive. And I said, would you open your heart to that kind of person? And she said, absolutely. And that is the
Wow.
point. The point is when we focus on all the pain and all the hurt and we think that everybody else out there is that, then you rob yourself of this beautiful gift that love is. Love is available for all of us.
Yes.
And so heal, take the time. You have to heal because if you haven't healed, you can't get into any of this stuff. You just bring that baggage with you. Heal, but like I said, just leave a little crack open. And the more you
Yeah.
heal, the wider the crack until you're really, really ready. And then with your design, now you know who your soul aligned partner is. So there's no guessing game. Like if you feel butterflies, just run. That's not a good sign. But now you kind of know what type of energy your ideal partner is, so that when you meet him, you just recognize him and you just happily say no to everybody else.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm going to take a look at this. I'm really excited. I can't wait to share it with everyone because this is like, I don't know, this is just new. So I think this is really exciting. So, yeah, I mean, I'd love to know a little bit more about you and your journey. And what's one thing you've learned about yourself throughout this process?
Yeah. So I think what I've learned the most, so I'm a 3/6, and in human design, a three
Okay.
is somebody who's just trial and error. And so imagine someone who's been like I couldn't even tell people for a long time that I'd been engaged 8 times. Only my close friends knew because they'll be like, Here we go
Yeah.
again. Lot, they call me Lot of the Ring." Like you're
Yeah.
always engaged. Like, oh my God,
Yeah.
there's got to be something with you, is how they position it. So
Yeah.
now I want a shame of, oh my God, 6 engagements. Whereas now I'm like, no, I'm a three and I'm a six. The three means trial and error to find out
Okay.
what works and what doesn't work. That's just the three. And then the six is the role model who shares that wisdom with the world. And so for
Yeah.
me, some days I still catch myself because the truth is the three is not so easy. Just knowing that you have to go through life with this constant, almost like struggle because you have to learn it. You have to learn the lessons the hard way.
Yeah.
And so the more I go on this journey, the more I'm like, okay, way more experiences, way more experiences. And I'll tell you something that happened to me quite recently. Like I've been doing this work for a while. And I'm like, as you can imagine, I'm looking for the one, like is what I like to call it.
Okay.
And I met someone not too long ago, and I do have a way to calculate compatibility, not the regular compatibility test, but real compatibility. And I met this person, and I was like, oh my God, so perfect. Oh my God, like energetically, everything. I was just like, oh my God, this has got to be him. Was very excited and was quickly
Of
like,
course.
oh my God. And he was like,
Yeah.
oh my God. It just felt so perfect. I was like, everything on my own human
Yeah.
design list of what my soul partner looks like was him. But I said, okay, Joan, you need to calm down. And so I went home and I checked both our human design charts. And then
Hmm.
I saw, and I was like, Houston, we have a problem. I was like, okay, this is not going to work. Yeah. And so I struggled. I was like, maybe this is wrong. Maybe human design doesn't work. Maybe. I said, like, I was so pissed off at human design. I was like, but he looks so perfect. Yeah, on paper, maybe even energetically. But human design doesn't lie. And so I said to him, I said, okay, the human design is saying something a little bit different. It says chemistry is going to be off the charts, but in terms of harmony, there's going to be some challenge. And he kind of told me what the challenges were going to be. And he was like, oh, I can see that. I can maybe see that.
Okay.
Um, so anyway, we stayed friends. And just being friends with him over the last couple of months,
Yeah.
everything I saw were going to be challenges. I've seen that with him as just a friend. And so for me, this work really never ends, right? But you have to believe that it is for your best
Mm-hmm.
interest and experience if you really stay true to your design. I almost went against my design, to be honest. Like I was like, but he seems so perfect. Could have been in trouble right now. Maybe I'll be
Yeah.
engaged number nine and yeah, calling that one off as well.
Yeah.
But just teaching me that, Joan, you're here to keep trying and figuring it out as you go. The work is really, really never done.
No.
As I'm helping other women, I'm also helping myself. I'm also
Yes.
going deeper, trying to really understand and really trusting. Because what you see on the surface is not necessarily what it is in the back. I'll give you a little example about some of the things where we're going to have a conflict. So he has a particular gate that is the gate of fantasies. And this is someone who, this is by design, by the way. So they
Yeah.
never really truly, they can't really truly be with one person per se. They're always fantasizing about the next person or who's out there, right?
Right.
So he has that gate. He's a triple definition, which means he can never find everything that he wants in one partner. So he's going to constantly feel like you're not enough for him, and he's going to be looking outside. And then he has the gate of fantasies. So it was like mine is very different. Mine is made for monogamous, just one person you complete me, we're
Yes.
done. And then I don't have that other gate of constantly fantasizing about other people.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen that with him. Like I see in his conversation, just like we would have had a serious problem because I can't
Yes.
be with somebody who, because I don't understand it. It's not in my design. So for someone like him meeting somebody like him, like himself, that's a match. It wouldn't be a. Why would you want like what do you mean you other people? Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. That's that's very
trust your
important.
design. Trust your
Yes.
design. It doesn't lie.
Okay. Well, that is the message of today. I think trust the design. So I'm sure we'll all be looking at that. That's my next couple of hours after this. Let's talk about your own reset. Like when you need to reset in life and you think, I need some time out. I am doing too much. What is your
Hmm.
go-to thing that you like to do for yourself?
Oh my God, I've had so many resets in my life, and like my life has been a lot of ups and downs, trying to starting from my parents, and then all my relationships, and then my siblings, and then my careers, and every different just different areas of my life.
Yeah.
For me, when I know that my body is totally out of alignment, because you can feel it in the body, you just
Yeah.
know that there's something wrong. You can't sleep at night, you wake up palpitations, you're just feeling on, you just
Yes.
know that I need to stop. I always say to everybody, when in chaos, do nothing. So it's a pause.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
It's not a pick one thing and do. I do nothing. I
That's nice.
pause. And now it's like, okay, let's just do a little bit of a reset. Let's just come back to me, get grounded, whatever practices. Some people like to go to the spa, some people go do
Yes.
lung meditation, whatever works for you. Like find what really can reset you and bring you
Mm-hmm.
back to that place where you feel that calmness. Because we all know that calm feeling within
Yes.
when you feel like, "Okay, now I'm back to me. Now things can flow from a focused way and not this chaotic, everything seems like nothing
Mm-hmm.
is working. Like, why can't this happen? Control, madness, you just constantly go, go, go. It's a pause. It's not, I
Mm-hmm.
don't even do that slow down. I do pause. Because when you
That's
pause and you
nice.
stop and you reset, you can go a lot quicker.
I
So I've
agree.
had many, many, many resets in my life.
Yeah.
Sometimes I've had to move. I've had to move to a different country. That was my reset, right? I've had to lose some friendships. That was my reset,
Me too.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So you just decide what's not working in your life, what's creating the storm, and just stop. Just
Mm-hmm.
step back
Yeah.
and
It's so
do a hard
easy to
reset.
keep going, isn't it? Right? It's so easy to keep busy to ignore.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
And
Yeah,
yeah, the
that's
power of the reset. It's
it's so
powerful.
powerful.
Okay. Yeah,
Powerful.
I'd love you for you to tell me what's lighting you up in your work right now. Have you got anything exciting upcoming that you'd like to share with us?
Yeah. So minus my 6 month program that I do, I'm working on a masterclass series that's going to be happening in November.
Okay.
And I'm doing this because I understand how complex human design is. Like honestly, like it's taking me a while to even understand my design, and I'm still digging
Okay.
and I'm still figuring things out. And so I want to help more women be able to understand, demystify, and really step into their human design so that next year becomes the most amazing, fulfilling, beautiful period of their lives. So that's really exciting right now, just trying to create that little container for women who are ready, done settling, tired of swiping, and just really want to return to who they are and really show up for next year in their true, authentic self.
Yes, we love that. That is amazing. I will share that below if you have the details and we can comment that in the notes. So that's amazing. That sounds super exciting. And before we kind of finish up, one of my main things that I love to ask everyone is what are you dreaming big right now in your own life? It could be your personal, it could be in your business, but I'd love to know if you can share one of your dream big messages, what's happening right now for you.
Without giving away too much, but um, I'm taking on the dating app world. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, I love this. This is a new revelation. I really want to know more, but if you don't want to share, that's absolutely fine. It's yeah, I mean there's so many theories out there, there's so many statistics. I really don't know anything about it to be honest, but I just know from friends and people who kind of are active on there. It's not a good way to meet people. It really isn't. Get
Yeah, it's very addictive. It's not working. It's just causing a lot of depression and just depleting people and making people act in funny ways. We need something different.
definitely.
So yeah,
Maybe that's where
change is
you
coming.
step in and you design something new. I mean, that would be amazing, right? Something you could share with the world.
Soon, coming
Yes,
soon, coming
yes,
soon.
I will. We'll be back. We'll be back with another episode with that one, but that would be amazing. I literally, I think I could speak to you for hours about this because I think it's super interesting and it's amazing work that you are doing with amazing women out there. So, before we wrap up, I would like you to share with the audience where you can find you. Is it on Instagram or like on your website? What's the best way to connect with you?
Yeah, so I'm on social media as well, but I think the best way, which is one of the things I'm going to be sharing, I've created a private
Mm-hmm.
masterclass series. It's just five audio that you can listen to, and you can
Okay.
also download the free dating archetype human design chart.
Mm-hmm.
They go hand in hand, and that is a starting point to return to you, to really get curious about who you truly are, the type of partner that works for you, how you need to show up authentically so that you can attract love. Because, like we've said, love is a gift that can either accelerate you or completely destroy you. So, it's such an important decision. And especially if you've been through heartbreak, you've been through a divorce or whatever it is, life situations, life happens to us all. Now is a good time for you to choose you and get curious about who you are so that you can have the life that you want. So go ahead and sign up for the podcast, download it right away, start listening, download your report, and then you can reach out to me. You can email me.
Yeah.
If you want to discuss setting price, you can book a call. We can talk about your report. But I think that that is the best starting point for anyone who's ready. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you so much. I really appreciate this conversation. I think it's going to resonate with so many listeners out there, especially the women that, are listening to this. So thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you, Amy. It was lovely being on the show.
You're very welcome. And to my beautiful listeners, remember that your past relationships do not define your future or your love story. You get to reset and redesign and create exactly the kind of love that you truly deserve. If this episode inspired you, please share it with myself and Joan, and definitely go and grab the free human design dating report, because this could literally change your life. So until next time, keep dreaming big and love authentically. Your person is out there waiting.